What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another ZZZ video. Alright guys, we're going to be talking about Ellen, my favorite character in the game. God damn, she is so good. So let's start talking about everything she is, everything she does, all about her kits, her skills, etc. Now I'm going to talk about Ellen overall first and her combat system and how she's meant to play. Now you guys can see here they do a pretty decent combat tutorial in terms of how to get her set up and how you want to use her. So first and foremost, Ellen will do physical damage if you don't build her flash freeze. Her flash freeze is very important, so we're going to base it all around that. Now, how do you build flash freeze? Well, it tells you here. While Ellen is in roaming state, press the attack button to launch a swift scissor strike, which is what gives you your flash freeze. You guys can see it on the screen there. Dealing ice damage, Ellen gains 1 flash freeze charge upon hitting enemies with her swift scissor strike. If you hold down the button, on the other hand, in roaming state, it does the charge scissor strike, which gives you 3 flash freeze charges. So we're going to show you guys real quick how this works. Okay, you're going to run. So what I like to do is I like to double tap and hold it down. And then you guys can see there on the left, you see the little 3 icons there that flashed up blue? She get a total of 6 of them. She got 3 from holding it down. Now, if you were to do just a regular one, right? Let's just do it again. Right there. You can see she only got 1, right? So I usually like to hold it down because a couple things. Number 1, she seems to be invulnerable to some damage when she gets the full amount. And number 2, it's a great way to hit units that are doing attacks. It's easy. So now, when Ellen has Flash Freeze fully charged, now she can do her attacks. And all of her attacks will change from physical, her basic attack specifically, to ice damage, which is extremely important. So you guys can see here, Ellen can have up to maximum of 6 flash freeze charges. So now we're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? There you guys go. She used 4 there, and you guys can rebuild these quickly by charging it back up. All right, so a couple things to note as well too. If you don't have the flash freezes, you're going to see yellow text instead with her basic attacks, which means she's only doing physical damage. All right, so again, going back to her basics, you guys can see here, if you press that rapidly, she'll do more of an attack there. If you just hold it down, she'll do more as well too. Okay, now with enough energy, press the special attack or launch an EX special attack using tail swipe, dealing ice damage. Now, you don't need flash freezes to do ice damage here, but it will help. If energy is insufficient or is sufficient when triggering, press it again. She'll follow with Sharknami, dealing massive ice damage. When an EX special hits an enemy, she gains a flash freeze. After executing the move, you can directly follow up with a 3rd hit of a basic attack. So I'm going to show you guys how this works. This one complicates a lot of people. So you guys can see it like physical attacks, right? Nothing physical. So first off, let's get some flash freezes in. Now you don't need this, but I still wanted to do it. Now, you guys can see her energy is full. You guys can tell by the bar right there near her health, underneath her health. It's all flashy. She needs 40 energy to do Sharknami, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, and then here we go, 3, and now you can follow up with a basic attack. Okay, so there you guys go. That's how that works. Look how much damn damage she does. So again, watch it again. Okay, 1, 2, follow up, 3, and then basic attack. All right, that's what they want you to do. That right there requires total of 80 energy to perform, and it is massive amounts of crazy damage. Okay, so that's how that works. Now watch, we're gonna do this together, okay, real quick. There's some basic attacks. Now you guys see I do physical instead, right? Here's a little counter for us. We're going to bring her back in shortly. We're going to talk about the best teams for her and also the skills you want to focus on, leveling up first, and everything else in between. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and build some flash freeze right now real quick. So here we go. Dash, get 3. Gonna do it again one more time. Dash, get 3. Now if you look at her ult, it does a staggering amount of ice damage. Look at this. Look, it's just non-stop damage. So you definitely want to use her ult whenever it's up. Here we go. We're going to do a little bit of Sharknado. And Sharknado. I call it Sharknado. Sharknami. And there you guys go. Basic attack in there. Now boss time. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of boss fight here. 1, 2. And you guys can see here again, going in. Basic attack. Again, I'm out of flash freezes now. So right here, you want to make sure you go back to roam. Free roaming. And then build that back up. Get yourself the full amount. And then again, going in with some basic attacks to build it up quickly. Okay, so we're going to do a little parry here. Okay, here we go. A little parry. And then her basic dodge attacks, by the way, don't really require, they don't do anything special. So you can do basic dodges and attacks. Like she's built to do quite a bit of damage with that. But again, there's nothing special regarding her parries or her dodges. She pretty much brings the same thing as everybody else does. So not really meant to be a dodge specialist or anything, but she does do some pretty hefty damage as well coming in as a dodge character. So there you guys go, full on combat. So the main things to remember: build your flash freeze with basic attacks. Build your energy up. Once you have your energy up, you make sure you build up your Sharknami. Do that, and then throw in a basic attack, ice damage as well too, when you have 80 energy to maximize the amount of damage you do. Plus remember to use free roaming as much as possible. You can build one flash freeze with a quick one, or hold down the attack button to build 3. Those are all very important things. Now, let's talk a little bit about her best team that you can use with her. I currently run this team, and it is the best team in the game at the moment, bar none. I don't think anybody even stands a chance. Right, let me just maximize this. And these are the 3 members here. Okay, the first one is going to be Lycan. Lycan is the best support unit for her as with Sukoku. And then now the reason why Lycan is so good, there's a couple reasons why. Okay, number one, his skills allow him to reduce the amount of ice resist on opponents by 25% for 30 seconds. It's insane, and he does incredible daze damage, which means you're going to be putting out even more damage with Ellen. So Lycan is the perfect follow-up unit to use with her. You definitely want to use him as much as you possibly can. Not to mention he also just does incredible damage himself, so making it a lot easier to use the 2 of them together. Plus they are in the same faction, giving them the extra bonus of being in the same faction. Okay, so just remember that as well too. You do get bonuses for being in the same faction, and that's very important to remember. And that's the Victorian Housekeeping Co. Now the other one here is going to be Sukoku. She is Sokaku, sorry. She's the best ice support in the game, bar none. She does so much incredible damage. Not to mention she also gives you guys wave the flag, which allows you to increase your attack for X amount of time. Plus Ellen gets more bonuses if she has additional ice units in there as well too. So make sure you are using these 3 together as the best combination team currently in the game. I don't think anything even stands a chance towards them, or even like against them. This is going to be the most efficient team to clear all content right now, period. So these 3 are going to be your best unit. Now the beauty here is if you pull Lycan from the standard SSR banner and get him as your first one, you're set. Sukoku actually is featured currently in the Ellen banner, so if you're pulling for Ellen, chances are you're going to get a copy of her there. Plus you actually get a free copy of her when you finish chapter 2 in the event period that's going on right now. So make sure you are doing that. Now let's talk a little bit about her skills, specifically which ones you should focus on. So first thing to note, her core skills. She's all about crit rate. Ellen is all about crit rate and attack. So you want to build her with as much crit as possible because her crit damage is incredible, and her core skill actually provides her with crit rate to start with. So the higher level you go up with the core, the better you're going to get with your crit rate. And not to mention the sharp tooth skill will also increase the amount of crit damage the skills do by 58.3%. You guys can see here she raises even further here at 66.6. This one gives her increase of attack. If you go to C level, she gets additional crit rate there, more attack, more crit rate, right, etc., etc., etc. And then not to mention, when you get to the end of her core abilities, the Rising Storm, when another character in your squad shares the same attribute or faction, this is what I was referring to, when Ellen deals ice damage, subsequent ice damage increased by 3%, triggers for 10 seconds, can be stacked up to 10 times, giving her a total of an additional 30% more ice damage. And that's why having someone like Sukoku or Lycan from the same faction is incredible. So this is where you can see the core skills and how they work. All right, guys. Now, in regards to her skills, I personally would level up the focus on the first one here, the basic attacks. I would move over to the special attacks and then focus on the ultimate. That's the order I would go in, and then from there you can do the dodging and the assist after the fact. But these 3 here are going to be your main one. Primary first would be basic attack for me, then the special attack, which does insane multiplier, by the way. You guys can see some of the multipliers here, and then also the special attack does wild amounts of damage. So Endless Winter does 2,750 at this level right now. Okay, so those are going to be some of her best skills to focus on. I would still go 1, 2, and 3 in that order personally, because you use those attacks most often, but it's up to you which way. You can't go wrong with any of those ones. Okay, and lastly, her equipment. All right, now I haven't had a chance to actually fully equip her with all these. I will tell you this right now though, her best sets are going to be the increased crit rate set right here, which is the Woodpecker Electro, because again, you do want to build her with crit rate as much as you possibly can. So that's going to be the goal, and it's going to be quite a bit of time to get these. I just started working on these, but I have had a chance to play on someone else's CVT account and had the opportunity to build her well, at least use this set on somebody else, and it works really well. Now she is fully crit rate based, so you do definitely want to use that. Here's actually a better one, but this one had anomaly provision. Anyways, we'll put this one on for now. We'll replace it. But yeah, you definitely want to build it with the crit one. The other option as well too is increased impact. It's not bad, but you also have an attack one that you want to use as well too if you don't have the crit one. Okay, her best actual W engine is her own W engine. There's nothing better. Really, it's built for that. It increases ice damage by 25%. Upon hitting an enemy with the basic attack, you increase the crit rate by 10%. When dealing ice damage with the dash attack, the equipper's crit rate goes up again. So this is really, really meant for her. There's nothing out here that comes even close. Not even close. I can't even think. When I have the ultimate, the equipper consumes all charge stacks, and each like this is not a bad one, the Street Superstar, because it does do quite a bit of damage increase for skills after you cast your ultimate. And this is not a bad free-to-play option. Starlight Engine 1, launching a dodge or a counter or a quick attack increases her attack by 12% for 12 seconds. But again, she's really, really meant to use this first and foremost above everything else. So if you are planning to go for the best DPS in the game, guys, you should be summoning for Ellen. There should be no reason for you to stop yourself from doing so. She is an absolute powerhouse. Speaking of which, let's see if we can get another copy of her, because I haven't looked at her actual dupes yet, and I want to see if it's possible, if it's even close, remotely possible. We didn't get another copy, did we? Damn, we got Lucia though. Okay, so let's take a quick look at that as well too while we're at it. So let's go back into here and look at her dupes. Now, a lot of you guys might be asking, is it worth it? So let's take a look. Upon hitting an enemy with a swift scissor strike during dash attack, the obtained flash freeze are increased to 3 instead of 1. Doing a charge attack gives you the full 6. That alone is crazy. For each flash freeze consumed, Ellen's crit strike is increased by 2% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. The duration of each stack is calculated separately. Insane. Insane A1. A2. Okay, the third hit of basic attack flash freeze trimming can be directly followed up by EX Special Strike Nami now. When using an EX Special attack, each flash freeze charge increases the current crit damage by 20% up to a maximum of 60. Freaking wild, man. Alright. The number 3, basic dodge is chain 2. That's fine, so that's an increase in that power. Whenever a member freezes or stuns an enemy, Ellen gains 6 flash freeze and a quick charge effect. She also recovers 4 energy. The energy recovery effect can be triggered once every 10 seconds. So again, best team I just mentioned, that's why you want to build them together. And then this one gives her an extra chain. And then if you plan to go heavy whale, well, Ellen uses an EX special attack, chain attack, or gains quick charge. Her penetration ratio increases by 20% for 6 seconds. She also gains 1 stack of Feast Begins up to a maximum of 3 stacks. With 3 stacks of Feast Begins, using a charged scissor strike during dash attack, Arctic Ambush consumes all stacks, increasing the damage of the current attack by 250%. God damn, but this is pure whale status, right? You're going to need to get to this point by spending quite a bit of money. But nonetheless, A0 version of her, still the best DPS in the game. Highly focus on her, guys. An incredibly, incredibly powerful unit. Please, 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 if you have not had a chance to play with her, give her a try in the demo section. You will not be disappointed. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.